Around this time, Pixar releases a new teaser trailer for any upcoming movie they are about to release in the summer of the following year. At least that was the case for the past few summer Pixar movies. For this year, Pixar did something a little bit different by releasing trailers for not one but two of their projects, one of which is set to come out in about 2 weeks from now. I am of course referring to Elio and Dream Productions respectively. I have briefly talked about them earlier this year, but I feel like these two projects should get more attention, especially for Elio. Not only because I think they are worth giving a chance, but more significantly, how well these two projects turn out will be quite determinative for where Pixar will go for the next several years. The first trailer we got was for Dream Productions, the 4-episode limited series based in the Inside Out universe. When I made my initial impressions on Dream Productions back in the D23 video, I thought it would be kind of like a standard animated show with 22-minute long episodes with 10, maybe 20 episodes in a season. Kind of similar to Disney's TVA shows or Pixar's Monsters at Work series. Instead, we're getting just 4 episodes, each of them with 20.5 minutes of runtime. So in total, the series would encompass about 82 minutes of runtime, which makes it sound like more of a movie that was divided into 4 parts, kind of like some of the Marvel shows on Disney+. Normally, I'm not really a big fan of these kinds of shows, because oftentimes, these shows feel like movies that were stuffed with filler to be stretched out into a series. With the case of Dream Productions, I feel very much the same way, and personally, it sounds like Pixar is dropping the ball in making a full-on Inside Out TV series for Disney+. I mean, you got a cast of characters that you can make funny one-off adventures around making dreams. That's a format that I believe can be used to make at least a full season. But no, Pixar decided to only give it a 4-episode limited run, which also gives me a bit of concern with how the show will be paced. For a limited series like this to work, I'd imagine there'd be some sort of story arc with strong continuity between each episode. Again, similar to some of the shows we see on Disney+. That might be the case, but I don't know how much of a story you can make around these blobs of characters. Despite my concern for the format in this series though, I still look forward to seeing it when it comes out on December 8th. I still believe the idea of exploring more of the mind, like how our dreams are made, is a great idea. And it's one that I believe can resonate with lots of people out there, like with the Inside Out movies. Also, I strongly believe Pixar's animators and writers will use this series to express how it is like for them to make their movies behind the scenes. I mean, based on what they have shown, the series is giving reality show vibes with the casual focusing of the camera and fourth wall breaking interviews of different characters. Also, the one benefit of this format of having significantly less episodes than usual is that Pixar didn't seem to cut back on the animation quality of the series compared to their other shows like Monsters at Work. I'm not saying it looks bad or anything, but you can tell there is a difference in quality with Monsters at Work compared to the Monsters movies. Overall, Dream Productions is looking like to be a great series that odds are it will do great among viewers and give Disney a lot more Disney Plus subscribers for the holiday season, which is something that I can't really say for Pixar's other new project. That brings us to Elio, where Pixar dropped a teaser trailer for that. Now, some of you might remember from last year that Pixar dropped a teaser trailer already. Wouldn't this be the first official trailer then? Well, not really. For one, the first teaser trailer advertised the movie will come out in 2024, which ended up not happening. The other thing is that since the release of that original trailer, Pixar had to go through some major revisions of the movie after there was a change in leadership for the film's development. When you compare the original teaser trailer with this one, it clearly shows there has been a change in the movie's tone at least. The original trailer looked and felt a bit, well, underwhelming. The previous teaser made the movie look like one of those stories of someone posing as someone else and that lie blows up in front of them, causing a catastrophe. To me, that sounds pretty generic, and the first trailer didn't do a good job illustrating Elio's personality and the colorful animation that Pixar is trying to lean on. But then you look at the new trailer, the tone takes a more positive turn. Elio at this point has a more coherent personality that I personally like. Anyone who has been around my channel since the very beginning of it probably knows why this appeals to me. From what the trailer displays, Elio has similar traits as characters like Luz Noceda and Marcy Wu for any Owl House and Amphibia fans out there. The fun, quirky, nerdy outcast that wants to explore fantasy worlds is a character that I've grown to appreciate over the years. And it's partly the reason why this channel even exists. Aside from the character archetype, the trailer also features much brighter animation and actually looks a bit more cartoony. I don't know why, but the character designs, the backgrounds, and the fluidity of movements gave me Turning Red vibes, which I believe is one of the more experimental Pixar movies in my view, at least in terms of the animation style. Overall, this new teaser trailer gave me more hope into Elio actually being great, and not some sort of afterthought for Pixar. To be fair, I was looking forward to watching the movie, even before the trailer dropped, but part of me believed that Pixar was making this movie begrudgingly without much care put into it. For a while, I was right to feel concerned given that Pixar delayed the movie by over a year and changed the leadership for it, implying they were not happy with the film's direction. Also, giving more attention to Inside Out 2 and seeing how much money that movie pulled in definitely reinforces the narrative of Pixar going all in with sequels. But after last week, it's pretty clear that Pixar does indeed still care about the original movies, at least as of right now. You see, Pixar is making sure Elio turns out as good as they can possibly do, not just because they have high standards for stories or because they have a reputation to uphold. Elio's success is very determinative in where Pixar will go for the next several years, arguably more so than Inside Out 2. While Inside Out 2 has proven that Pixar has a franchise that they can wield to make sure they remain a viable asset to Disney, Elio has to prove to Disney that Pixar can still be a viable asset by having creative freedom. As much as I liked Inside Out 2, there's no denying that Disney had a heavy hand in the production of the film, from cutting workers from the job, to enforcing burnout-inducing work hours, to even making sure Riley doesn't appear to be gay, which was ultimately pointless given people still found reasons to headcanon her as such anyway. So for Disney to weigh in into Pixar's creative process this much, while pulling off the box office success, is a huge green light for Disney to continue intervening for any Pixar movies in production. To disprove that notion and maintain creative independence, Pixar has to make an original movie that is good enough to be a box office success. Elio doesn't necessarily have to make over $1 billion in order for it to be a success, but it should come relatively close. The last original Pixar movies that were considered successful by Disney were the original Inside Out and Coco, each of them making at least $800 million. So if Elio does the same, it should be a good enough signal to Disney that original movies are still desirable and needed. So yeah, I hope Pixar goes all in to make sure Elio is as good as an original movie can be, and more importantly, I hope you guys are willing to give original movies like this one a chance and watch it. Remember, don't let nostalgia prevent you from seeing that newer movies can still be entertaining. Although, if there are any concerns or thoughts you guys have for Elio and Pixar's future generally, leave your thoughts down in the comments below, and please give this video a like, and subscribe for more content like this. With all that said, thank you all for watching this video. I hope you all have a great day. See you in the next one.